Let me ask you guys something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's a little game my therapist has been playing with me, and she doesn't call it a game, but it's interesting. Think of a feeling that you had yesterday. Any feeling. And you don't have to tell me what it is, but just like have it. Close your eyes. Exhale all your air out. Think of that feeling and then inhale deeply. Watch your stomach expand. Hold it at the top so your lungs are full. And then a slow and controlled exhale out your mouth. Let's hear it. And one more. Breathe in. Channel that feeling, whatever it is. And the last exhale, slow and control out the mouth. Okay. Are you guys both thinking of your feeling?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, what color is it?
Blue.
Justin? Faster.
You took too long.
I don't know. I took too long.
What temperature is it?
Chili.
And what texture? Either of you could answer.
Wow. Flaky.
Yeah, it's like
Flaky.
when your hands are dry and you grab a one of those towels that are meant for drying like a window. What are those microfiber
towel.
microfiber, and they stick to your hands.
Oh, yeah. Or similarly flaky to like an almond croissant that keeps flaking off. And although it's delicious, it's like it's just all over your hand and you can't clean your hand.
You could wash it.
You could wash it.
You could wash it.
Cool. And where does it live in your bodies?
My asshole.
My dick.
Nice. What was the feeling?
I didn't have a feeling.
All right, cool.
My head hurts. Write it down. I've got work. Write it down. My car died. Write it down. I've got no drive. The car is a metaphor for motivation. So it's kind of fine, I guess. Journal me fine, I guess.
Wow, you both took a sip from your mugs at the exact same time as the music was coming down. And we were supposed to start the show.
Oh, Andy's mad.
Let me say something. I take my sips of water. I take my sips of water at the appropriate times. Okay? When someone else is talking, when I'm thirsty, and at the beginning of the songs.
So we're in trouble.
No, I forgive you.
Sorry.
I just wanted that boost of caffeine as quick to the opening.
Yeah. Wait, I'm about to cough. Can I cough?
Yeah, just away from the microphone.
This is more disruptive, right?
And never bring it up again. Just
never
cough.
Talk about it again.
Hide it as much as possible so we can move on.
Do you have COVID, Jay?
No, I think I'm developing some sort of lung infliction from all the cigarettes and jewels.
That's cool.
Your whole family had COVID.
Chill.
You've been in a house.
And I evaded it. Andy.
How is this happening?
You were in the same home as them.
I dodged.
Not only your family, but your entire environment, the places you've been, the situations you've placed yourself inside of.
Horrible.
You're just daring God, and somehow you haven't been struck down, which is terrifying because maybe God's like, nah, I'm holding out for something bigger for this guy.
Oh,
yeah, because I set up that kissing booth outside my neighborhood, like a lemonade stand.
Yeah, and you've been getting a lot of action there, huh?
I have been getting a lot of action. I've made $10.
Oh, how much does a kiss cost?
10 cents. It's 10 cents for a kiss.
That's a lot.
What's that math? How many kisses?
So that's 10 kisses per $1. So 100 kisses. But for how long have you been doing the kissing booth, and what are your hours?
Are they tongues?
I've been doing the kissing booths for 5.5 months now.
Oh, so that's not very good then.
That is so sad.
How full time?
It's a full-time job. I mean,
so
it
9 to
follows
5.
you home. It's the kind of gig that follows you home.
That's not really what I understand that it's maybe it's traumatic or something.
No, it's not traumatic.
So how does it follow you
home?
home?
Because I think about it. I think about the patrons. I think about my clients.
Not in a
Post-kiss.
traumatized way, in like a
No.
romantic way.
In a romantic way, in a
That's
loving
cute.
way, in a longing way.
This is Journal Me Fine. It's a podcast we host where we read old journal entries and other old written things, and then we do
And we're
improv at the end.
fine.
And we are fine because we journal it out of us. Usually we're not very fine, but if you write it all down, it actually goes
I
away.
specifically am fine.
Delete.
Okay.
Uh-oh, what do you guys think of this?
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
I thought ass was only true in fairy tales.
Okay.
And then I ate her ass. Do, 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 do. Now I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Not a trace. Da, 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 da. Ass in my mouth. I'm in love. Ooh.
You're asking what
I'm
we
a
think.
believer. I couldn't eat her if I tried.
But you
So.
did try, and you did eat her.
I did try. I did eat her. You're right. So I gotta
Yeah,
workshop those
so-
lyrics.
You don't have to
but
workshop it. I think it's done and like put it
You
away.
think it's good?
No, I
Okay.
think it's finished. Like it's a
Yeah.
finished product for sure. No need
Perfect.
to
So I'll
work.
record it and I'll
Nope.
put it out there.
No, so that
Sweet.
would be doing more. So it's completely done. You did it.
Well,
It's
I-
out there. It's over.
I haven't
Never
recorded
again.
it.
It's literally
Okay.
being recorded right now. It's going to be out there.
Andy, let
Hey.
me teach you something. My
Ouch.
light doesn't dim yours. So like when I do
does.
something great and fantastic like what I just did,
No.
it's not a threat to your talent and the creativity that you put out into the world.
I've
So
never
actually,
claimed to have any
you
of
could
those
just
things.
be a supportive friend because I wrote a really dank song and know
Don't
that
call it
like
dank.
that's not
She wrote a
gonna
dank song.
impede-
It's
I wrote a
dank because
really
it's in
dank
Shrek
song.
and that movie's in a swamp.
I wrote a dank song, and if you guys could just actually support me wholeheartedly, that would mean a fuck ton.
I'm
because
behind. I support it, and I'm behind you 1000%. And I'll tell you what, I'm behind.
I
lot of
got
things
it.
about
Yeah,
that
I got
song.
it. I got it. Jay's eating his own ass lately.
Justin, do you have a journal entry for us to read and make fun of?
Not exactly a journal entry, but I did find a
Piece of writing?
sketch, a piece of
Cool.
writing, and I shared it with
sketch.
you, Andy.
Oh,
Are you guys gonna read it together?
that's
Can
pretty
I
fun.
do stage direction? Like, why would you just share it with Andy?
you just
Are
shared it
trying
with
to
me,
hurt
huh?
me?
Yeah, I was trying to hurt you. Did it work?
Well, it worked.
Okay, wait.
fucking
Yeah,
worked.
I have it now. I guess.
Okay, wait. Let me share it with you, Molly.
A little too late.
Too
Now-
little, too late.
I
No,
would
share it with me.
say.
On Goog.
Can I
I
say
shared
something?
it with you on Goog. Yeah.
In the future, if it's something we all need to look at, you can bring that up beforehand, and we can set that up so we don't have to sort of do this.
Do what?
How many characters are
There's only 2 characters.
That's messed up. Well, I want to
It's
be
an
one
old
of them, but you
sketch.
clearly wanted Andy to be one of
It's
them.
an old sketch.
Ugh, this is offensive.
Okay.
I'll do
cast
stage
the sketch.
directions.
Okay.
No, it's been cast. We know
No, it
which
hasn't.
one's
Oh my.
you, which one's Andy.
That's what I'm asking.
Molly. Hang on.
Oh
I'm
my
having-
god.
I'm having troubles with my internet.
I
Okay.
hate you.
I set it up before. Okay, I got it. Okay, Molly, did you receive it?
I received it. It's open.
You can see her in the Google Doc. It says there's a little M in the top right.
Okay, who wants to play Dawn?
Just cast it. I don't know. I'll play Dawn.
All right, Andy, you play Dawn. I'll play Pin. Molly, could you read stage?
Interior apartment night.
Wait.
Oh, I'm gonna
Okay.
shoot it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Just so you know, in the real world, they don't wait for you. Like, you lost that job.
I
This
don't live
gig
in the
has been
real
given
world,
to someone else.
Molly.
Molly,
Interior
he brings up a good
apartment
point.
night.
I'm serious. 2019 is going to be huge for me.
That's good to hear, man.
I'm going to get a 6-pack. You know, like abs and shit.
Hell yeah, man. Go for it.
I'm going to read 14 books, 14 novels.
Wow. It's ambitious.
Go big or get boned.
Don't say that.
Speaking of getting boned, I'm going to get married. Hitched.
Unlikely.
Wow. Well, screw me for forgetting my umbrella. Fuck me for leaving my black umbrella home. The one with the brown handle.
What?
Because you're raining on my parade.
Jesus. Long setup.
How's this for a setup? I'm gonna get laid by 60 different ladies 60 different times.
You think you're going to have sex with 60 women this year and get married? Also, how is that a setup?
You're telling me my wife wouldn't want the best for me? Wouldn't want my sex life to flourish?
You really are a dumb asshole.
I'll give you 10 seconds to take that back.
I'm not going to do that.
1 hour. I'll give you 3 days to take that back.
I'm not taking it back.
Well, you will at the end of the year. When I have abs and shit, and I'm 3 inches taller.
3 inches taller?
Yes, I'm going to grow 3 inches taller this year, dickling.
Beat.
All right, you know what? Can't wait to see it.
Likewise. And you know what? If I haven't completed my resolutions by June, I want you to kill me.
All right, I'm not doing that.
If I don't read 14 novels, gain abs, grow 3 inches, and have 60 women sex me and get hitched, fucking slit my throat.
Don grabs his jacket and leaves the apartment.
Wait, will you be my best man?
Blackout. That was beautiful. Gain abs.
Mm-hmm.
So interior apartment night. They're just standing around.
Talking heads, Andy.
They're just standing around talking about this.
That's
Yeah,
what you do.
friends.
I'm just
when
trying
you
to
have a
picture
friend.
it. I'm trying to picture it. I want to enter the world.
They're standing in a blank room, white walls, brown floor, dead ceiling. They're staring at each other.
There's no action. They're just having this conversation where Pin is clinically insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
His name is Pin.
His name's Pin.
You're sort of screwed if you're named Pin.
Not as screwed as Can and Twirl.
Yeah, those are pretty horrible names. Do you know why you wrote this? Oh, this was written on January 1st, 2019, I believe.
So this was a 2019 resolution where
Sketch.
we were gonna write a sketch every single day,
Yeah.
which is something I did in 10th grade, and I did it. I did it for like a year, right?
Yeah. It was impressive.
sick.
You wrote
Do you
like
remember? I did it even at parties.
yes, you did. You would sneak away and do it.
I
Been
did
at
it.
parties.
I believe you also
I
did a lot
did.
of Adderall that year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. I
And
had
one
an
leads to the
Adderall
other.
addiction.
Just a little addiction.
But hey,
This
it
is the light
works.
one.
So if you have a chance to get your greasy paws on some Addy,
Nope.
I
Don't
highly
do an
recommend
ad
Nope.
for
it
Adderall.
because
Nope.
you're gonna get shit.
Cancel.
No.
Cancel that statement. That was
Just
great.
kidding.
Yeah, really good
Fantastic.
sketch.
Thanks.
14 novels. It's hard. It's hard to do. I actually read a book this
In a year? I
That was
feel
my
like
New Year's
it's-
resolution was
you
to
could do
read
that.
one book.
What'd you
And you
read?
did it already?
I did. I read a book,
Whoa.
Paul let me borrow. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. I believe it's called Good Book.
What's it about?
Wait, is it called On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous or Good Book?
Take your pick.
Probably a good
I don't
book.
want to.
It could all be the title.
I read this novel called Good Book. It was pretty good
Nice.
for a book.
Drops mic, jumps into crowd, strips naked, digs a hole underneath the audience, goes beneath the
sir.
crowd. Molly, do you want to go or should I go?
Landmine, and then explodes the entire crowd.
Nice.
Thanks.
Who's going next? My friend Andy or my friend Molly?
You were gonna say your dear friend Molly, weren't you?
I was, but I wanted to make it fair.
Mine's pretty light. I can go with mine. There's a lot of sirens happening near me.
Did I do mine?
What happened? Somebody crash?
I guess, yeah, I don't know, man. They're
Did
outside.
somebody get hit?
Probably someone is dying. It's
Did
probably
somebody get
sad.
cut?
Don't say it like that. Maybe.
Did somebody get cut, you think?
Someone got
there was an
off.
A train, a serial ripper,
I
stabbing
know.
people.
I saw that.
I was concerned about that.
Terrifying.
Andy, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Do you remember when we did a show in Brooklyn at
Legion
and we were coming home back to Harlem from Brooklyn, which is a very long train ride. It was quite a long ride on the L. And we saw a homeless man get into a dispute with a drunken photographer.
Yes.
And I was on team the homeless man.
Absolutely. The photographer was the worst person I've ever seen.
He was being a piece of shit asshole.
Why?
And he
What
was
happened?
taking
He was taking
Polaroids
pictures of him.
of the homeless guy, and he was like, don't
Oh,
take pictures of me.
asshole.
Yeah,
Of course. He probably wants to be
this-
like artsy, like look at the homeless people
I
in
know.
New York.
And this
So-
guy said several times, he was like, don't take pictures of me. I'm warning you, stop taking
course.
pictures of me. And he was just getting closer and egging him on.
What the fuck?
He was super
And
drunk.
then, yeah, he was trashed.
Yo, push
and
him
then
in the tracks.
this dude whips
What?
out like
Stick.
a
I'd call it-
2-foot stick.
Yeah, he had a stick.
The
A
homeless man?
thick
Yes.
stick, yeah.
Yeah.
Have a thick stick.
And Andy
Wasn't
and I,
his dick to be.
No,
it was a
wasn't. It was a
wooden-
wooden stick from his bag. And Andy and I,
Okay.
at that point, opened the door and went into the next train. And
Smart.
probably a few seconds later, we saw
Almost
this
killed.
drunk asshole run through, his face covered in blood,
Very funny.
ran through our
He
train,
deserved it.
opened the doors, and just kept going, running from it.
Karma.
Karma.
That's beautiful.
It was
I love
poetic
that.
justice.
Well, in the same vein of improv spaces that no longer exist, rest in peace, Legion Bar. I have a draft of a Facebook post, I think. I think this was,
I love that.
you'll see, it was a draft of what I was going to promote something. And it's related to the People's Improv Theater, which just recently, we're recording this on Saturday.
Alev Shalom. That's what Jewish people say when someone dies. It means, may they rise in peace.
May they rise in peace. The Pit Theater is like selling a bunch of stuff on
Alev Shalom.
Facebook Marketplace. They're closing down. I don't know how they survived a full year in the pandemic.
They
I don't know.
surpassed UCB.
I don't know what is happening there, but yeah. So
Prayers
let me.
for the magnet.
The
The
magnet's still up as well.
kicking.
Prayers.
Prayers, thoughts and prayers.
Little trigger warning here. I guess this post could potentially. There's some sexual harassment. Okay.
Mm.
The last time I saw solo prov was at an indie variety show at an unnamed theater for the people, the Pit. I was sitting in the front with a slight scowl because I am deeply unsettled when a man chooses to do solo improv. I tried to hold back judgment. I really did, but I have a resting pissed off face, and solo prov pisses me off. This man proceeded to involve me in the set. I absolutely would not have it. You chose this. You marketed yourself and got booked as a solo improviser. You will commit to the horrific bit. I will not heckle you. I will fake laugh at your meta improv humor for the sake of everyone's sanity. But sir, you are doing this alone. I am not your scene partner. I am one of 12 audience members. John Del Close Doe proceeded to endow me as a character who wanted a kiss. This is not allowed. I remained absolutely silent with no emotional expression. Guy in the plaid then kissed me on my goddamn lips. Solo prov should be illegal. Under no circumstance should anyone do it, especially white men. Unless your cage match partner can't make the show, then you buckle up and commit the heinous act of solo improvisation. Justin's out of town, and I hate myself. UCB cage match, Halloween 2K19.
Sorry, I went
Stunning.
to rehab.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where
Bruv.
was Jay?
I was in rehab.
Hell
Justin
yeah.
pushed off
Arizona.
going to rehab 2 weeks in a row.
I pushed it off 2
We-
weeks in a row. I didn't think we were gonna win that much.
We won the first week. and he had a flight the next day, and you called your mom and was like, "Can I please do one more week of cage match
Hey,
before I go to
What's a
rehab?"
better high than winning that UCB cage match, baby?
And then the next week, we show up for our second show, and you have a black eye.
Oh my god. We'll
So
live in infamy.
Yeah.
We win, and then I lost solo prov by
Oopsie.
4 votes.
Ugh.
But that was I respect you for that. That was a very brave thing you did back there.
Gotta
Andy.
respect Andy for any time he came back after a Justin debacle.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's it's a feat.
He picks up the pieces and he trudges forward.
And I come back and I muddle them and I burn them and see what he can take.
Christ.
Not totally
Push
off.
the limits.
You know it's a
Okay.
guy doing improv just by the phrase "man in plaid."
Yes. Yeah.
They're always in
You
flannel.
can just assume.
So fucked up. I
Yeah, what
can't
a
believe that
horrible
happened.
thing. Oh,
I
it
can't believe
sucks
that
so
happened.
bad. I mean,
Do you know who it was?
no.
like,
I could
You should've
figure it
slapped
out.
him
Would we
across the
know him?
face.
No, I could figure it out. Like, I could find the Facebook event if
Was
I
it a
really
good
wanted
kiss?
to. No, I just pecked my lips. I didn't
Did
move.
people laugh? I would have slapped him.
I think everyone was brutally uncomfortable.
You should have
course.
been like, "You can't kiss me,"
I
or
guess.
like, "I have herpes. Plant one on me."
I just didn't want to give him anything. I was like, I'm
Andy
not
just
helping
starts
you.
Well, you
laughing.
gave him your freaking lips, Andy.
I sat there. I did
You've
not
never let
move.
either of us kiss you, and you
You've
let
never
this man-
tried. No,
We've
I won't
tried.
take that.
And if we
You
did?
haven't.
We've tried many times.
No, now I have the wherewithal to be like, no, don't kiss me.
Well, but what
That's
if we
so
did
fun.
kiss you? Would you let us?
I don't really want to kiss either of you.
Well, but what if we did kiss you?
Yeah, would you defend yourself or would you?
This is
would
going
you
down
let
a
it?
path I don't think is
Andy, if
healthy
one of
to
us
discuss.
Oh, here's a question.
Yeah.
The three of us in a space, will they, won't they? Which one of us is going to make the first move?
That's a good question.
I think
Thanks,
you.
Jay. Me?
Probably you.
Yeah.
What?
Me and Justin
Why?
would never make a first move.
We never do. We never
Why-
have. We never will.
But I have no desire to make a move here, so why would
That's
I
not what
initiate
this is
That's
it?
not what
about,
it's
Mom.
about.
That's exactly because the person who initiates is the one who's like really gung ho.
We're not gung ho at all.
We're not gung ho, and you're frankly.
God damn it. Yeah.
I think you have the most powerful hormones of the three of us, and you have the strongest will.
What are
and you
you
have the most
basing that off
confidence.
of?
Yeah, Justin.
Experience.
My hormones?
That's fair.
Yeah. I've
Apparently,
studied them
I'm
for
high
a
in
long time now.
estrogen today. That's
I've been
true.
studying them. I know your cycle. I know how you do.
Yeah.
I know how you act.
Justin is synced onto my period tracker app,
It's
so
true.
he actually does. And it turns out yesterday and today I have very high levels of estrogen.
and I
That's
just
cool.
So
read
whatever that means, I cried all day yesterday.
Oh,
So that's
But
what
I
that
think it's
means.
related.
I
maybe.
think it is. It's important.
It's related
to
in part to that, in part
It's
to the
important.
heart-shaped hole in my ass,
be.
and probably partially to the whole pandemic situation,
That whole thing.
isolation.
A pandemic.
What is
Anyway.
What?
What?
If anyone from the pit is listening, I know you're selling a bunch of stuff. I'm probably going to message them. They have a bunch of things listed on Facebook Marketplace except for improv chairs.
It's a
I would
damn
100% go pick up some cheap improv chairs from the pit just to have them. I think that'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Well, that's kind of hope that they're maybe looking for a different spot. Looking
No,
for
yeah.
a different
Ooh.
space.
I don't think they're gone. I don't think the loft is closing. I don't know how they can afford.
Is it
real
not?
estate.
I thought the
Although-
loft was like on the verge of closing before
Before.
the pandemic.
I mean, I imagine the other one is more expensive because it's huge.
True.
I don't know.
I bet if they were getting a new theater, they would upgrade the chairs too. That's just my thought.
Solid.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
their
remember
prize
when they
position.
changed Yankee Stadium and everyone bought the seats?
No.
No.
Oh,
Molly,
That's cool though.
do you have a journal entry?
I do. Are you guys ready for it?
Oh, hell yeah.
When did they change Yankee Stadium? Did you guys not live here yet?
19
Shut the fuck up, Justin.
Yeah. 1994.
All right, enough.
Wait, now I have to know.
It's pretty recent. They just redid, unless it was Meth Stadium.
Can I look it up?
I'm looking it up.
Okay, Andy, you do it.
2009.
Ooh,
Wait,
I was
So
so
it was
close.
before.
Yankee
It
Stadium
was
closed.
before your guys'
I
time.
actually don't know. That's
But
just
then they
not
redid
something
it,
I
but
would
they
know
sold
about.
the old seats. Anyway, this is an entry I wrote when I was in residential treatment. The day before this entry, I had a very, very dramatic day. The specifics of which I won't go into fully, but we did have fried fish tacos for lunch, and that sort of sparked me on a downward spiral that became sort of an avalanche of all 7 women in this house hitting probably the worst day possible all at once when we had the least experienced counselor watching us. Yeah. Here we go. June 9th, 2017. Today is the day after my awful night. I refused the meal. I felt like I had no place to go and no will to recover. This morning I woke up with a renewed perspective, and I'm writing this to have a written reminder from myself about why recovery is important and how capable I am of achieving it. Think about Megan and Chell. Those are 2 of my friends from school. Dance parties and sing-alongs and takeout food at 1 a.m. I want to be part of that and not concerned about the size of my legs. Think of the superpowers I would have without my body image inhibitions, the confidence and happiness I would feel. Think about how much space you want to take up walking across stage. Privileges in higher levels would expose me to lessons I need to learn, and the more privileges I have, the fewer meltdowns I'll have because they generally come up when I feel like I have no autonomy or space to move. Privileges like within rehab. I want to do yoga for my mind, not for my thighs. I want to love myself enough to know when a person is bad for me and doesn't deserve to be in my life. Remember how insane it is that you're in a place where every person is working to give you the support you need. Reach out to people when you're struggling. People are your biggest source of happiness. Don't push them away. This isn't forever. Your life won't just be bread and sitting. Just know that this is to teach you so that you can live afterwards. You can eat balanced meals and be active because it makes you feel good mentally and spiritually. You don't need it to feel good about yourself, and your body shouldn't and doesn't dictate your worth or mood. I felt like I saw what I actually looked like today and felt confident in my skin. Think about Jesse and BB and Vermont. Those are my cousins. San Francisco, Grateful Dead, Ruben. Everything in your life goes so far beyond the superficial, the things that you want your life to be defined by. I want to gain perspective about what is important in my life. I need to appreciate the body I have now for its health and beauty. I am lucky, I am kind, I am smart, I am passionate. I am more than a reflection, and I'm wasting my time concerning myself with that. And that's the tea.
More than a reflection.
This too shall
When will
pass.
my reflection eat my
asshole
asshole like I like? Because right now it sort of does it in a way that's like not exactly how I like, but
Right.
soon, the more we get to know
That's
each
a
other.
beautiful written piece, Ma.
Sometimes I have to catch myself in the moment of like when I'm feeling good so that I can write it down, and then the next time I'm not feeling good, go back to that. Because really the only voice of reason you're going to listen to is your own.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing
Like
it come from yourself
It's like
is
a
helpful.
literary photograph of your good mood.
Yeah.
I'm going to
There's
kill you,
an
Justin.
idea.
Of course.
I hadn't read that one before,
No,
had
it's
I?
beautiful.
No,
think so.
you haven't. At first, I was like, wait, has she read this? But no. We never
Are you
heard
sure?
about
I
the
feel like
fish
I have.
tacos driving folks insane.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
I
fish
think
tacos
there was a similar one, but it was
Celery.
totally different.
Oh, the celery.
Yeah.
The calories in celery are
They're negligible. This day that I'm talking about, there was like this girl who's probably my age now, so like 23, and was like studying to be maybe a dietitian or a psychologist or whatever. So she had this job of like being our counselor basically and like watching us throughout the day on Saturdays.
She's 23 now?
No, at the time.
Oh.
But there were women there was
She was
one woman who was
14.
like in her 30s at the
Mhm.
time. So it was like a very strange dynamic. And one of the women like was an alcoholic, and somehow, because on Saturdays we had like groups with previous patients who would come in, one of these previous patients brought her alcohol. So this woman got drunk on the premises and started acting
Jeez.
bananas, and like none of the real grown-ups were there to take care of us. So it was just like this 23-year-old girl who had no idea what to do, and this
Just one of
30-year-old
us.
woman who's like off her rocker, drunk off her ass. She like stole my shoes, and like it was crazy. She was running
Wait,
around the
what?
house with my shoes, and like
What?
it was
Off
the
your feet?
craziest time. And I'm like on the phone with my mom sobbing. Like it was absolute
My
mania.
shoes, Mom. She has my shoes.
Get
What do you
off of me!
She's on me. She has my shoes, Mom.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
the most chaotic experience of my life. Everyone was sobbing.
Jesus.
It was
God.
just
horrible.
mayhem.
Just a freaking tsunami came into your
Yeah,
place of living.
exactly.
At least it wasn't forever.
No, it was forever.
Oh, it
I'm
was
still
forever.
there right now. Yes.
Oh.
They
Oh.
locked
I'm actually
her
hiding in a
in.
closet because she's.
That's a fucking sick
Running
closet.
around.
You got a TV.
Yeah, I got a TV. Kind of everything I need is in this closet. I have
Oh.
outside.
Oh, there's
So-
outdoors within the closet.
Yeah, I've been in this closet for like 4 years, but you guys are in it too. Lynn,
Really?
don't
Well,
even
you know,
realize.
as
So,
long as you have your brain, you could travel anywhere.
you've always said that.
I've always
Where-
said that.
What are a couple places you've traveled to in your brain?
Paris.
Sorry, what was that?
Paris.
Haley.
That's how they
You
say
know.
Paris in Italian.
Oh, cool.
Rome.
What's that?
What's that?
It's a place in Las Vegas. It's like a center where you could go.
In
around.
what
Caesar's
language?
Palace.
Yeah.
What language?
Pretty sick.
Molly asked what language.
I
Oh,
asked what
that's
language
British.
Rome was in. Rome is in British.
It's in British, but the space is in Las Vegas.
Oh, sort of
What
like
are
how
you,
it's the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
The
like that.
word comes from the UK.
Are you octolingual now, Jay?
I'm octolingual. I speak 8 languages.
Yeah,
Like
can't even keep
Octomom.
up.
Just like
Kind of,
Octomom,
but
yeah.
with
Andy.
languages.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
god, speaking of, how far along are you, Jay?
2 weeks.
What is it? 2 weeks? Why did I think it was
Mhm.
like months? Only 2
Mhm.
weeks?
Only
Do you
2
feel
weeks.
different? You're glowing.
Wait,
Yeah, I
he's
do
pregnant?
feel different. You
You
didn't
didn't
know?
tell Andy?
You're
Did
pregnant?
I
You
tell
didn't
you?
tell me?
Didn't I tell you?
No?
I thought I told you.
Journaling Fine is having our first baby.
Yeah, I'm pregnant with a baby. His name is Chris.
It's a
If you name your kid Chris, I won't ever meet your kid.
You name your kid Chris before he's even breathed air. He's already
not
so lame and
sure.
vanilla. He
He's
hasn't
so-
even existed in the world, and you've sort of just like slammed a Tom on him or some shit.
Well,
Like-
I want him to be regular.
Good
I want
fucking
him to fit
luck.
in.
Yeah. You're about to birth him out of your asshole and you want him to be regular.
Yeah, he won't be regular. No Zoomer can be named Chris, dude.
Excuse
Zoomer,
you.
is that the next gen?
I think Gen Z is just Zoomer.
Generation Zoom.
Are we Gen Z or Gen X?
We're Gen Z.
We're not Gen X. We're Gen Z
Okay.
cusp millennial.
And why did Martha Stewart go to jail?
We'll be right back with some improv.
Hey guys, welcome to my solo improv show. I'm so excited to be here in the basement of this magnificent bar.
Woo! Awesome. We've never seen improv before. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that from the audience.
That's okay. That's okay. You're allowed to
Cool.
before the beginning, but once I get going, please, if you could keep your mouth shut, that'd be great.
Since we're talking, I've seen a lot of improv before. Actually, a comedian myself.
Whoa.
Oh,
This is crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I've never seen improv before. And then she has.
Why don't you come on stage?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want me? Because I'm a comedian.
No, I'd kind of like to show people what I'm capable of.
that's
Why don't
cool.
you,
Yeah,
the
I'm coming.
unexperienced guy, come up on stage,
Holy
please.
shit, this is crazy.
That's cool. That's fine because I get plenty of stage time anyway, so I'm not like
Of course.
crushed about this.
These
Alright.
lights are bright. How do you
I've
see
got-
up here?
Yeah, I've got lots of exposure and like I feel those lights on my skin daily, so I'll
Yeah,
be
it's
fine
okay.
if I don't. feel
You'll
it now.
build melanin in your eyeballs over time after performing as much as you do as I do.
as much as I do as you do.
Yeah.
What do I do now that I'm on stage with you?
Okay, so we're gonna do a little exercise, and this is called pass the ball.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna take a purple ball, and I'm gonna pass you the purple ball.
I don't see a purple ball.
That's the whole trick of it, bud.
What?
This guy is so cute. Give him a round of applause.
Oh man, that was fun. Do I sit back down now?
No,
Oh,
you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'm just having a good time. This is my first
Alright.
time in the city.
All right, so can we get a suggestion? Yeah, you're raising your
Me.
hand.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna pull this chair up. Oh, Dad, bend over on this chair. I have to check your prostate.
Wait, me? Okay. Do I just do whatever you
So
say?
you're playing
I'm
my
dad?
dad. You're playing my dad now.
Okay. Do
Dad,
I
This
just
is
tell-
bend
great.
over on this chair. I gotta check your
Whoa.
prostate.
Okay, yeah. Let me just bend
No
over on this
way.
chair.
He's gonna do it? No way.
Just pull the pants down.
He's totally
Whoa.
giving him a prostate exam.
Gee,
I have
Gee,
giant
Dad.
balls that like hang over the chair. They're about the size of cantaloupes.
oh my God, you've got cantaloupes for balls, Poppy.
You were packing some meat in there.
Oh man, I'm sorry about this. I didn't really expect to be naked
Hey,
on
hey,
stage, but
shut
I'm
up.
totally fine with it.
Shut
Okay.
up because you're playing a character.
Oh right, sorry.
And I'm actually filming this for my YouTube channel. So okay, Dad, here I go. I'm going
Okay.
to check her prostate.
Okay. Is this like the purple ball where like you're not
No,
really gonna do
This
it?
is entirely different.
Okay.
This is a different fucking thing.
That's fine with me, man. My balls are just hanging out.
Where's the cauliflower?
Come on stage.
You forgot about the
Me?
cauliflower.
Yeah, come on stage.
Oh my
I'm about
God.
to put you to fucking shame. Come
Okay,
on
I mean-
stage.
I'm
You're trying to
I'm at
meddle with
home
my
on
show.
stage. All right, here. I'm coming.
Can I pull my pants up?
No.
Okay.
And if you do, I'm gonna unleash some real havoc in this room.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. I'm totally fine with it.
Okay, and what was your name, Miss?
Cherise.
Cherise. Okay. See what I can do with that. Okay, sir. My dad.
Yes, son. I'm just
Thankfully-
bent over on the chair with my balls hanging out.
Okay, good. I'm so glad to be home for Thanksgiving so I could check your prostate for free, Poppy.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Boys, don't fill up on asshole too much. Got cauliflower cooking.
Don't chime in.
Holy shit. That was
Sorry.
crazy. I really thought you were the mom.
Thank you. I'm really experienced at this, and I
That's
thought it
awesome.
would be a good way to tie everything together and like
Yeah.
bring in
This
some
is going
suggestion,
off the
justify what's
rails.
going on here,
sure.
and like
That's interesting.
create dynamics and relationships. Like now we know that I'm the mom, and like you're home for
Wow.
the holiday. Yeah,
You've sort of sculpted a whole world.
yeah, exactly. And that's like the cool thing about improv.
You
and, like, why I'm so
guys.
good at it.
That's
Oh,
cool.
sorry.
What's up?
This is my show. And I told you I'm filming this for my YouTube channel and you're completely corrupting.
You
You're-
invited us on stage.
Your camera just fell over.
Okay. Could somebody pick that up, please?
It's just us three. Do
Yeah,
you
we're
do you
the
want
only
us?
ones.
Or I should
One
keep
of
my-
you guys, then. Not you.
Andy
your
gets
pants
off
off.
stage,
I-
trips
I-
over his ball sack.
Oh! Oh!
Oh my god. He tripped.
Paul, I'm over here. I
Yeah?
saved you a seat.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's pretty good. You know,
Yeah?
work is blah,
I
but
know. Tell me about
day
it.
by day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New year, new you.
that's the plan.
Yeah. It looked like you had a great time back home with your family.
Yeah, it's always good, you know, to get back there. I feel like it's like a breath of fresh air, you know, after being here for so long.
Yeah. I can't relate to that.
Why is
Uh,
that?
Well, my family sucks, and also we live in a really polluted area. So when I go home, I kind of have to like try to inhale as little as possible.
For sure. Because your family still lives at the fracking site.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my dad is head fracker.
He's had frack.
Yeah. And the money
Yeah.
is good. So
That's great.
what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, what can you do?
Look, for the year ahead, I'm trying to really get my shit together. I want to make it happen. I want this to be the year of Charisse.
Good for you. Finally, I might
Yeah.
add. That's so cool.
Yeah. So,
So what are
I've act-
you how are you
yeah.
gonna do that? What's up?
So I thought I'd start with the colors that I wear. So from now on, I want to dress as the energy I want to be. So it's just going to be like pinks and yellows going forward. And as my friend, I wanted to ask you a favor.
Anything.
Just like sort of to keep me accountable to myself.
Yeah.
If you ever see me in a color that's not yellow or pink,
Give you a
I
little
got
pinch.
this little, well, I
Like St.
actually,
Patrick's
something
Day.
like that. I brought you this
Yeah.
bow and arrow set, and the arrows are laced.
We
with
cut to her
poison.
wedding day. She's wearing white walking down the aisle.
I made a promise. I made a fucking promise as a
I
friend.
believe it's finally happening. Thanks for walking me, Dad.
Of course, honey. Anything for my sweet girl.
I told you, accountable, Ma. There ain't no exceptions.
We are gathered here today.
The arrow cuts through her neck and pierces into her husband-to-be, also snapping off his Adam's apple. And the arrow actually shoots up into the sky, and everyone in the crowd looks up at it like that scene from Grown Ups, the awesome Adam Sandler movie. And they're like, "Where's it gonna land? Where's it gonna land?" It causes chaos. Everyone starts running around. The arrow goes up and it hits peak altitude and then comes straight back down. It's coming down so fast.
While this is happening, I'm running up toward the altar.
The murderer goes and starts whispering into Mollie's ear, Charisse's ear.
Charisse's dress has now turned pink from the blood.
I made you a promise, Charisse.
He
and
ties
I'm gonna
up
let you off easy.
his blazer around her wound to stop the bleeding. Oh, just Paul. Thank you. I knew I could count on you. And now look, I'm in pink on my wedding day. I feel so much more like myself.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
The arrow
Bleeding
pierces
out.
Paul's skull and out his eyeball, and then the tip of the arrow actually sort of his head falls down and actually pierces Charisse's eyeball. So it's sort of like an eyeball kebab.
This is how I want it to go.
Why are you two having a nice time eating at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking.
Of course. Here at McDonald's, we just want to make sure everything's going well. And I also just wanted to comment that you both have beautiful Skechers shoes.
Thank
Oh,
you. We actually
thank
just
you.
picked them up.
Yeah, we did.
Really? You bought them at the Skechers store
We
Yeah.
actually did.
right around the corner.
If you can believe
Yeah,
it.
right around the corner on McKellips.
Let me guess, you had
McKellips and Paisley.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me guess. At McAllips and Paisley, you had just a little guess. You had Elijah as your cashier.
Yeah. How do you know?
Sandra, is
No?
this man a sidekick?
He must be.
That's
Greg.
really cool.
McDonald's?
I just
And you're
How do
working
you-
at
you know
McDonald's?
Elijah?
yeah, I know Elijah. I'm a big fan of the Skechers store. I'm
Over
a
on
big fan.
McKinley and Paisley?
Yeah, I'm
That's
I'm
where we
McKinley
just
and
were.
Kingsley. Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
We were just there.
That's crazy. And you know Elijah?
absolutely. I pull out a Swiss Army knife. Give me your shoes. Both of you, give me both
What?
pairs of your shoes.
What? Why?
Give me your shoes. I want your shoes. I came here to steal your shoes. I don't work at
Oh
McDonald's.
my god.
Let's
Oh
do
my
this
God.
quietly.
Where'd you
Remove your
get the
shoes.
McDonald's shirt?
Gary, just take your
Us-
shoes off.
Amazon, idiot. Give
Then
me your
where'd you get the
shoes.
You
headset?
should have known.
Amazon, idiot. Give
And
me
where'd you
your
get the
shoes.
khaki pants?
I got those on eBay, idiot.
And then
Meanwhile,
what about the name
people
tag?
are still online ordering their food. Someone calls up, order 40. Someone goes and picks it up.
Oh, hey, you had my fish fillet. That's what I'm talking about.
Gary, take off your sneakers. Just give it. Just give him your
Not
sneakers.
just
Give me your
yet.
shoes, guys.
So are
Not
you
just
Thank
yet.
you.
are you
Thank
and
you.
Elijah sort of like in on this together? Does Elijah do this too? Or
Elijah can go fuck himself. I'm here for
Oh,
the Skechers.
so
I
not
stalked you
friends?
this whole way. I followed you. I listened. I knew it
Holy
was
shit.
Elijah.
He
What kind-
was so nice. And
Oh
you're
my
gonna
God.
say that about him?
Let go of my throat. Let go of my throat.
He
Get
was
him,
the
Gary.
nicest.
tell him how nice
Guy.
Elijah was.
He was so
He was
nice.
so good.
What did he say? What he offer you?
He said, "Have a good day." Yeah, he scanned the score. He scanned his employee discount for us. That's
He scanned
unprecedented.
his employee discount. We
That's
didn't
pretty
even
nice.
ask him.
Okay.
He said, "Have a good day."
Give us our Skechers back, or Gary won't let go.
Fine, fuckers. Let go of me. Let go of me. You can keep them. You can keep them.
Thanks. They angrily put their Skechers back on. They light up because of the pressure.
You guys ruined my day.
We ruined your. We were just eating here.
You ruined my time. At
What was the
McDonald's.
goal? But then leave.
I will leave, but I want you both to know you ruined my day.
Don't say
I don't
that.
care.
Hold that on your conscience. You
No.
ruined someone you don't even know. You ruined their day. Their entire day is ruined.
You approached us.
That doesn't have anything to do with my
Audaciously.
day.
It does.
Drastically.
Sorry,
Drastically.
what? Drastically?
audaciously.
He's been reading the
Audaciously.
dictionary.
Drastically. And drastically.
B-R-A-S-T. Drastically.
Don't
Yeah.
spell check him. Don't
It's not a
Don't
word.
look
spell
up
check
that
me, okay?
word.
I have a prescription to
He has a
Grammarly.
prescription for Grammarly.
A prescription, like a doctor
Yeah.
made you have it?
Yeah.
To the doctor's office.
Yeah,
I wa-
actually. All right,
So-
Gary. So I'm just going to write you this one prescription to Grammarly, and then I wrote you one for master class also. Feel free to use it, but it's more of like a supplement. So if you don't use it, it'll be okay. But definitely go pick up the Grammarly prescription because that one you need desperately.
Okay, thank doctor. This has been good.
You're welcome. Can't wait till next time to see
And also,
how...
if your day is good, I hoped it.
Thank you so much, Gary. You're
And
The-
do you have
you're
a
great
kid
guy. Do I? I do have a kid, yeah.
and a name?
The kid? Jerry.
I hope Jerry is good.
That's really nice of you, Gary. Thank
There's
you.
a knock at the door. A patient barges in. Hi, my name's Pin.
Pin.
I have an appointment.
Yeah, you do. How did they let you in here? You're
I'm
supposed
trying
to
to
just
get
wait in the waiting
abs.
room.
I need you to do whatever you can to give me abs and sort of
Pin.
extend my body.
Yeah,
3
I'll be with
inches.
you. I'll be with you next, Pin, if you could just go to the waiting room.
I don't
Fine.
know a lot about an ab, but I could do a prostate.
Oh,
Save
Oh,
you
that's very
time.
nice of you, Gary. You
That works
should
for
not be
me.
operating on... Oh, Pin, you're interested?
It worked for Pin.
I'm removing my trousers. Here's my pants.
Jesus, Pin. When did
Here you
your
go,
balls
Doc.
get so big?
Okay, let me do.
I had an interesting New Year's. Let me tell you. Go ahead.
I'll bet.
Anything? Anything?
What are
Lots
you
of
searching
things.
for? Abs?
A lot of things.
What kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I feel a
kind of
Lego.
stuff?
I felt a Hot Wheel.
Oh,
Yeah, You can leave that.
Remember, Pin? When you had to come
feel-
in last time, we were looking for that Hot Wheel.
Yeah, it's fine. It can stay. I'm
Okay.
at peace with it.
What about the AirPod?
Yeah, if you could get that.
Get the AirPod. It's
Oh,
expensive.
and while I'm on my way, what about the seed?
The seed? Which one?
The seed? The
Which seed?
watermelon seed?
That's fine. I want that to grow.
No, you're gonna want to get that out because that'll
No, I want it to
actually-
grow.
That'll.
He
No,
said
we
he
don't want
wanted
that
it to
grow
grow.
I want it
inside
to
of
grow.
me.
I want a watermelon in
don't-
my ass.
As a doctor, I have to insist that we remove the seed from your insides, as it will grow watermelons inside of you, and your body is not equipped.
I think
to
it's up
handle
to
that.
Pin.
It's
Oh.
Pin, for your own well-being.
I want a
really-
watermelon in my asshole. Okay.
The man knows what he needs.
We
Okay, I
cut back
tried.
to the solo improv show and scene.
That was
Whoa.
amazing.
That was crazy. You like
Thanks.
transported us through all of that and we were like involved and there wasn't even an audience.
That's just what we do, and I'm gonna give you guys my card.
Magic.
Whoa,
I
this is
actually-
cool.
Teach
Whoa.
classes at the Champion Studio.
His name was Mr. Salamander all along.
$500 for a 2-week course?
Trust me, at the end of it, you're gonna want to be paying me more.
What?
I swear to
Why
God,
would we want that?
because you learned so much, you're gonna want to pay me more money.
That's
And,
crazy.
like, even if we learned so much, I probably wouldn't want to pay you more. I would just be happy.
In my experience, you're probably gonna want to cut me another check.
People usually do that at the end of your course. They pay you extra money.
No, but I could
So
see it
not
in
in
their
your
eyes that they
experience.
would like to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you
thanks
so
for the
much for
stage time.
everything you've given us today. I cannot wait to go to your class because I don't actually have a lot going on in my life, and that's why I chose to go to this show. So thank you so much. God bless you. May America bless you. May you find it in you to not pay your taxes and to plant a flag on the moon of your own face. And I
Wow,
hope that happens for you.
that's really sweet. I
Wow.
just have to say, as an experienced improviser and acclaimed comedian, this has been such a humbling experience to get back to the basics and really just work on like the fundamentals of improv level 1. And I feel like
The
a stronger super
fundamentals.
Fun.
I'm always on.
You know what? I'm gonna cut
sorry,
you
I'm
a
always
check
on.
because of that. I'm serious. I'm gonna cut you a
kidding.
600 buckos right now for that joke. That $600.
Fun.
Here you go. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Wow, and received, and thank you.
And thank you.
I'm not gonna say it wasn't deserved, but
Mwah.
still, I say thank you.
Mm.
Oh,
They all start making out.
Oh.
And that's how Justin got pregnant. Thanks everybody for listening.
Thanks for
I'm
listening.
so glad we're back. I
Good to be
missed
back.
Jimith.
Missed you
Send
fools.
us your entries. Send us segment ideas. Reach
Journal me
out.
fine.
Send us some
gmail.com.
love. 2 of us have had our hearts broken and shattered and stomped upon. You can guess
Jesus
who.
Christ.
One of us is just lonely and sad, pretty much as a standard.
Wait.
So we're all
hold
sort
on.
of in the
That's you,
same
Andy.
boat
Let's
now.
everyone speak for themselves.
Everybody
Alright,
is
it's
sad,
not
crushed,
necessary.
and lonely. Some
I'm
of
doing
us
fine.
more
But at the end
of the
recently than
day-
others.
But at the end of the day,
We'd like you to
pretty-
subscribe, rate, review the podcast,
I-
tell
I
a
want-
friend.
What happens at the end of Justin's day?
at the end of my day,
Yeah. Come on, we can handle it. Tell us, Jay. The end of your day.
What happens at the end of your day, please? I know it ends at like 5 a.m., but
at the end of my day at 5 a.m.,
Yeah.
I'm taking a shit.
thank you.
Nice.
See you guys next week.
My head hurts. Write it down. I've got work. Write it down. My car died. Write it down. I've got no drive. The car is a metaphor for motivation. So it's kind of fun, I guess. Journal me fine, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Journal Me Fine. I